What that means is that we are now actively involving the Laravel community in not only the creation of the questions, but also in reviewing those questions, in helping make any strategic decision that we make within the certification program to make sure that what we do is in the benefit of the community. Certification for Laravel is not for everyone, but it is very, very valuable if you are a developer, you are up and coming, you're young, you want to establish yourself, you want to prove to future employers or future project managers that you actually know what you're doing when it comes to Laravel. And on the other hand, it's also very valuable for very senior developers to benchmark themselves and to make sure that all these little changes that Laravel as an open source platform has on a daily or monthly or yearly basis, that you are up to date on those little changes. And a perfect way to benchmark that is to do the senior level certification exam. I don't know if I can share my screen. I think I can. Let me see. Can I share, Lisa? Oh yeah, here's a button. Let me see if I can share the new website that we have released beginning of last week. I don't think I can share this. The new website on certificationforlaravel.com, what we try to establish there is get a much bigger and better overview of both the developer certification, the company certification, and also a section for educators, because we want to involve anyone and everyone in the community that creates content for Laravel developers, that we showcase them, that we give them a platform to show the world what they're doing. Obviously, you have big initiatives such as Laracast and CodeSource, but it's often these individuals, these influencers, these content creators in the Laravel community who are really digging deep into the opportunities that Laravel has and showcases and explains it in very clear language that every developer can understand. What we've done for the certification program, with the help of some of the people in this room, Chris, thank you very much, Marcel, and also Yannick, we've been able to lift the level and the quality of the certification program to a new level, where in the old days there was only one level of certification exam. Nowadays we're offering a student level, a junior level, and a senior level. And if everything goes well later this year, we'll even have a fourth level, which is the artisan level for the real Laravel ninjas amongst us. And that's going to be a live coding, take-home coding challenge to really get your hands dirty with coding and prove your skills. We've also created practice exams for each of these levels, because obviously you want to practice before you take the real exam. And later this year, we'll also be launching recruitment tests, which is not so much a certification thing, but it is something to help companies assess whether interviewees have the skills necessary to be part of the team from a technical standpoint. Obviously, we're not testing if they fit in the team as a person, but really if they have the skill necessary to do the work. All in all, the certification program, the exams, it's very straightforward. We've got an online exam platform. We'll ask you 45 multiple choice questions. These questions include a code snippet. That code snippet is where the question will be asked about. It's 4 options. One of them is correct. You have 1 hour to answer all 45 questions, and you need to have at least 75% of those questions correct in order to pass the certification exam. Obviously, the level, junior, senior, there's a difference. In the junior level, we'll focus a little bit more on the theoretical side of the Laravel documentation. It's all about the basics. We do not test anything on ecosystem products such as Herd or Livewire. It's really all about Laravel itself. And in the senior level exam, it's much more focused on the practical use, and the more complicated relationships between in the Laravel documentation. It's exciting to do. Everyone that's done it in the last 6 months told me they actually quite enjoyed being challenged and doing the exam. And obviously, before you take an exam, you need to prepare yourself. Byte 5, I think, or Yannick has produced some fantastic material and course and training to prepare yourself in order to be successful at the certification exam. If you have any questions on the new website, there is a very elaborate frequently asked questions section where is also focused, there's also a section where you will find the topics that we test. And if you have any questions with regard to certification, feel free to reach out through the website or directly on LinkedIn, for example, or WhatsApp or Telegram. We're on all those channels. And yeah, I hope and I look forward to welcoming you all on the certification platform and to welcome you all to do an exam. And if you do want to contribute, because we are an open source, a community-driven certification program, that means that we are open to anyone and everyone that wants to contribute and help, creating questions, reviewing questions, helping or mentoring young developers. Please reach out. Do you want to become a partner? Do you want to become an ambassador and promote the certification program in your community? We welcome you to have a conversation with us, and we would love to work together. I think that's a nice, concise overview of what certification for Laravel is all about these days. Forget about the old situation. We've started anew with the help of the community. We've got a board of advisors, we've got an exam committee, all consisting of senior level and mid-level Laravel community members from all over the world. And yeah, we're here to stay, and we hope we can count on your help as well. Thank you for your attention. Are there any questions that anyone might have at this point that I can answer?
Thank you very much already. Ich bin unmuted. Yeah. You can think of your questions and ask them in a second. Chris already posted the links to the website and to the FAQ into the chat, so you can check it out. I think if I can just...
Yeah, and let me know what you think of the new website, because it's brand new. We really went for a nice, clean design, obviously built in Laravel with a systemic CMS, and we've also created an app where everyone can contribute. Yeah, there it is.
Yes.
Where you can contribute questions. We've called it the Nexio app, also built in Laravel with Filament, hosted on the Laravel cloud. So we do not only preach, we also use our own ecosystem products. And they're also all built by companies and people within the community. This website was designed by Goedemiddag, and it was built by Big Bang Tech in Barcelona. So yeah, community driven is a nice word, but we have to put our mouths where how do you say that? Put our money where our mouth is. That's what we're trying to do. And yeah, we're actively engaging with students, with schools, with universities to strike up partnerships with them as well, because we really want to make sure that young people from the beginning get acquainted with Laravel and get enthusiastic about Laravel the way that we all are. So yeah, have a look. Let me know what you think. And if you want to get involved, please reach out to me.
So we as Byte 5 thought about what we can do, as we are part of the exam committee in my person. I'm Yannick, I'm the team lead of our PHP and Laravel team. And Chris, our COO, is part of the advisory board for the certification for Laravel program. And we thought about what we can do on top of like the certification for Laravel program. That's why we want to introduce our Byte 5 Laravel Trainings. That's like we want to build on top of the junior and the senior level developer certification, a short but concise 2 full days of intensive training which will conclude with one of the certifications for Laravel. This can be held in person, like here in Frankfurt, or full remote. This will be organized like in a hybrid format for the first part. Then we will have some which are only in person, and we will have some which are only fully remotely hosted. A short overview about the topics we planned. We have concluded some topics which are only about junior developers, like Jasper told us. There's some basic information from like the documentation, but everything built up like in the practical and in the theoretical part at the same time, like routing, migrations, eloquent relations. If you are not a developer which is not familiar with the Laravel ecosystem, this is like the right choice for you. And if you build like your first projects and you will like improve on your Laravel skills, then like the senior training is a much better fit for you, as we will there talk about monitoring applications, broadcasting with reverb, caching strategies, scheduling, which are like the more advanced topics in the Laravel ecosystem. I wrote out here two short phrases. Which one should I attend if I have a basic knowledge of PHP and MySQL, and I want to get started into Laravel ecosystem? Like the junior training would be a good fit for me. And if I worked on the first Laravel projects and want to get a more in-depth knowledge of Laravel, and I want to improve on my knowledge, then the senior training is like a way better fit for me. So when will this start? The signups will be starting in around 2 weeks, like in the first week of June on our website. We are currently building like everything around purchasing and like signing up for the courses. And you can follow us on social media, on our social media platforms like Instagram and LinkedIn for the latest updates, where we will post a link there, where we will notify you about the upcoming trainings. And then trainings, like when the trainings are planned, starting on July, around maybe every month one, or like every 2 months one training there. So that was just my short input about what we are planning in the future around the certification for Laravel.